Hey guys, this is Kirop speaking, and today we are back with automation and the Turboger Autowerke premium build quality from Helvetia. And of course, it is supercharged. We shall continue our campaign where we left off right before we signed off. So why haven't I signed off yet? Well, that's quite simple, because there are so many things that we still want to check that I just want to make sure that I don't sign off something that we, in the end, could have done a lot better. And our main job now is to make the foundation for good sales. How do we do this? Well, let's go through the various aspects real quick and give you an overview and what I think about these choices. First of all, we do have the HQ. We are currently in a shed. That's not great. But at this point in time, it doesn't matter because we only have an outsource factory and we're going to have a tiny 2. I think that is another 6 points in terms of logistics. We are still below the limit of 10, so we will have high efficiency for everything we do. The upgrade will cost us 2 million, spread out over 6 months. And that gives us a limit of 20 logistics points, which is something that we are going to do pretty quickly, I believe, as basically as soon as you want to have 2 factories, which our first model is actually made to do, right? We have 4 different trims, and we do want to produce them. So 2 factories would already get us beyond the 10-point limit there, and making our company suck. So, no, we blow. We don't suck. One thing that you might have noticed that I haven't specifically talked about just yet is what the advantages of our cars are compared to the competition. And for that, we head into the sales breakdown graph, because it has all the information. I'm going to choose Casimir and Helvetia Luxury, as that is kind of our rough target, maybe even premium. And now we select the premium company and just see what they have come up with, right? 1940s luxury. 41 in prestige, 41 in comfort. I think this is the best seller they have. Here we're 33 and 36, and 33 and 33. Okay, so... And here another 40-40. Now 41 seems to be the benchmark here. And now, 52 drivability, by the way, that's quite impressive. Now we reselect our company and check out what our premium car has. Right, so we do have the drivability, we do have the sportiness, we do not quite have the comfort. It's far away from that, the proper luxury car they had. But look at that, our prestige rating is abnormally high. I wonder why. And by the way, as you can see there, that is with our premium, like the family version of it. If we go to our actual luxury version, we are almost at the 40 comfort, but we have almost 52 in prestige. That is quite a bit different, and what should be highlighted, that is with a 2-liter engine. A 2-liter inline-6. Supercharged though. Superchargers, especially in the very early years, do add a lot of prestige. Why am I talking about this so much right now? Well, pretty simple. It very much determines what our marketing should be aiming for. I think the most appropriate form of marketing will be prestige, because that is the stat that we actually excel at. And that is the stat that will pull quite a few buyers in there. Alright, Casimir, it is, that's the biggest market, but that is 110k a month. And if we were to add something for Helvetia there, you can see down here that we are using 2 out of 1 slots for marketing. That is because we are trying to run international marketing campaigns out of our shed. without employees. That is not going to go that well. So we do have an efficiency penalty, efficacy penalty. It's not going to have as large a percentage gain impact per month, only 80%. And it's going to cost 20% more than it should. Yet, this is probably the marketing that we do want. That is 220k a month. Let's check our finances and how much loan we can get, and see if this is something that we want to do or if we need to lower some of these numbers, because each extra level doubles the amount it costs. The total loan amount is 5.8 million. If we slide it down to like 70%, we have to pay 1.8 million ourselves. That leaves 3 million. Alright. So far so good. That gives us a much better loan interest rate. Because as you see, at 100% it was 6.6%. Because it's so close to not being feasible for, or too risky for the bank to loan us this shit. And now at 70%, they are like, yeah, that seems alright. A payback time though, I'm going to do 120 months. Because right at the start, we do want to have as low a monthly payment as possible. And you can see here, 41k doesn't seem to be too high. That's basically selling 3 cars, and we are going to do more than that. Alright, back to the marketing. What is 220k a month for 12 months? Well, that is 2.6 million. So a little bit more margin would be nice, but we are going to do it like this. Level 2 and level 3. Level 3 probably in the Gasmian market because it's going to be the bigger market. There we go. Alright, you with me? Are we going to do research right from the start? I would say no, because the costs here are quite high. Like 80k a month? Nah, ouch. There is one more thing that we just want to double check, and that is regulations. And what we see here is that everything is fine for now. Everything is good up to the 50s. But then we have this little problem right there, which is our convertible would not pass safety regulations in Helvetia. Convertible loaded up 23.6, and if we go to this here, we are at 24.8 already with a +2, which definitely is going to be next facelift. If we up it to +3, which is not really something that we are going to do in the next facelift because of the pretty high engineering time that would require, we're going to be more stepwise there. But also the whole thing is going to update and become better, so maybe this is already going to get us above the limit. I'm just double checking that we are producing the correct stuff. Sedan 5 Premium and Sedan 4 Luxury. Yes, that is correct. And Tannenstein Tiny. Everything is looking good. And I think with these calculations done, we can actually sign off this thing. Are we ready? You never feel ready pressing this button. But I think we are. So, forgotten anything? Too late now. There we go. Agree. And what now? Well, we can watch the economy go back beyond 0. That would be bad. Kind of bad. Yeah, kind of bad. If that coincides, the next wave down coincides with us releasing the car, a premium car, that will quite dramatically affect sales. But here's hoping for the best. And I think we can progress time. Let's do 6 months and see where we're at then. Ooh, oh wow, the pre-orders. Holy. That is one of the main advantages to starting with a prestigious car. Because prestigious cars have a very low delivery delay penalty. They are going to be pre-ordered way ahead of time. And that gives us the option to build a lot of customer base that we are slowly going to work off. But we need to keep the delivery delay penalty low and produce the stuff they want, because otherwise they are going to file refunds of their deposits. And we should see some of them here already in the expenses. Maybe one refund in there? It could be. Ah, there you see. One cancelled order each. That's fine. Our default build quality is plus 13.5% without having experienced staff. This is going to be fantastic. I'm so looking forward to seeing these two numbers up here. Company prestige and reputation rise through the roof as we are progressing, because build quality does affect both of them. And of course, reliability affects the reputation. And the company prestige rating is affected by the average of your car's prestige versus the market prestige. The more you sell into prestigious categories, the more this score goes up if your cars are actually prestigious. I think that will be the case. So this should rise real quick, and then we should see a new paradigm in terms of desirability for our cars. Oh, that's the plan at least. That's my brilliant marketing plan. It's like, cool story, bro. Let's hope this pans out, right? So now, let's forward time a little bit. Still making plenty of sales. 3 cancelled pre-orders. So now we are starting to plateau a little, because this is getting out of hand. But we are also still at only a kind of 13-ish% there for the maximum delivery delay penalty. Our finances are looking good. The last little thing here is only for the outsourced factory, so it's not going to cost us anything. So this is the amount of money that we are going to spend until production starts, which it will in a... Wow, we have so many pre-orders. I'm not sure if we will be able to... Look at this, return deposits. That's going to go up quite a bit. Lots of people, if you have lots of pre-orders, lots of people are going to jump the boat, right? So, there it goes. We made it, 1.5 million in the bank. That gives us nice leeway to do more marketing or, well, company valuation is shit now, but that's fine. Credit score is still just above water. But now we start production. First month of production. How many workers can we get? 1.5 shifts, let's see. And boom, not quite 1.5 shifts, but we're making profit, and a lot of it. And uh-oh. Okay, our delivery delay penalty is still fine. It won't be fine for long. This demand is not something that I quite did foresee. So how do we deal with this? Let's first see how it does at 2 shifts. And I'm already going to do the following. This one is going up to 1 shift. If there's a dip in demand, by whatever means, I don't want to lay off my experienced staff. And this is definitely looking like, despite the economy going down here, this is definitely looking like we can do at least 1 shift, if not closer to 1.5, throughout this first production. Let's see where it goes. So with the next tick, the red line here should go up to be matching the other one here. That's 2 shifts. So handy, this new little display. Let's see if the pre-orders didn't go down. Okay, they did go down on the luxury version. That's good. They did go down a lot. It is prioritizing the highest profit car that we are making. They cancelled 11 pre-orders last month, though. That kind of hurts. We do want to get rid of this delivery delay penalty and the stock, negative stock, as soon as possible to not have cancelled pre-orders. That's just a little bit of sales here and there that's lost, inefficiencies that you don't really want. So what's the plan going forward? Well, I would say facelift right here. Running for a year in terms of engineering till the end of 48, start of production 49. And at that point, we may have the cash already. We're in the positive here again, for company valuation at least. We may have the cash to start with that facelift a new factory. So if you're tagging along, what that means is that I do probably want to start an HQ upgrade if we can afford it. Like right there, in 1047, the latest. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and see how these numbers, they are going down. Slowly. Yeah, okay. I think we're good here. But Killrob, why aren't you doing the R&D yet with so much money coming in? That's a fair question. I think the fair answer is that I do want to save up as much as possible for that new factory build, because we do want to expand real quickly. And don't forget about the 2 million that the HQ upgrade is going to cost. Let's just double check. There was 2 million. Yeah, 2 million in 6 months. That is... It's not great to have that on your shoulders as well. Plus engineering costs and all of that. But the sales are looking fantastic so far. Oh, and there's another beautiful thing that... Oh, shit. Wait a sec. Did this go down? Uh-oh. Did this actually go down? Yeah, okay, they're still coming down. Okay, right. This is scary. You see the sales rising and rising and rising? I think we could up prices a little bit if we wanted to. But that was a tangent. Killrob. Alzheimer's setting in early. What I actually wanted to talk about was that we are going to have a little bit of a problem here. A good problem to have. That is, hello there, Mr. Taxman. Look at these profits. And they are starting exactly on the start of the year and are going to end exactly on the end of the year. That's not good. So how can we deal with this, you ask? There's a simple solution. We go to the factory manager and we are saying new car factory. New factory or plot. There we go. We, of course, only in Hetvesia, right? What do they cost? 900k for a small? 7 million. We're not quite there yet. Not quite. But we're soon enough, will we? But I think a small plot already puts a nice damper on it. But that is just 1.5 months worth of profits. We could also upgrade the HQ, costing us 2 million. But that would mean that we have a longer time where we are paying 150k a month extra just to run the thing. And it's still a shed, as you can see in the picture. There should be some kind of update there in terms of what picture is showing, but we let that slide for now. Alright. But now I wonder what a small one factory would cost us in Hetvesia and how long it would take to make. A new factory for car. We do want to have accurate tooling costs as well. So small plot, and we are going with a small one. No plants and so nothing there. Okay. That is going to cost us a total of 10.4 million. So that was a small one. That's quite a step. And we do need definitely need the HQ upgrade for this one. What about the tiny 3? Well, we have a total cost there of just under 4 million. And we have 7 more months in this year. If we are calculating with 600k in profits, that's 4.2 million in profits, right? Alright. We are going to invest 1 in interior. And it doesn't quite look like we're going to get the 4.2 million or what it was in terms of profits, because this is going down at a reasonable pace now because the economy is tanking so hard. A major piece of our marketing plan is this up here. Do you see how much they go up each month? This is crazy. Previous month 2.8, this month 3.3. It's amazingly. What? 3.9. Holy. This, you're thinking like, but what difference does it make? Well, let me show you. Get my face out of the way here, and you see here, if you hover over the prestige and reputation scores, it shows you the calculation of how much desirability your cars gain from having these stats up here. So this is a company prestige rating of 3.3, and that gives you plus almost 2% in desirability for this demographic. That is huge. And of course, other manufacturers also have this as an advantage, like this one. They are making plus 3.5 there. But I think they are going to struggle a little in terms of getting both of these stats really high. And I'm certainly going to try to keep them there. Okay, what we now can do already, just to be sure, we can buy this small plot, right? That's easy. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, I should mention too. You see, this has gotten cheaper. Has gotten cheaper because the economy is tanking. So I agree here. Let's see how bad it is and where it's going. Maybe we want to wait a month or two before. Yeah, it's still going down. It is still tanking. So let's forward a month or two and see when it's... we want to buy as late as possible, actually. So that will be month 12. There we go. And that is when we finally managed to fulfill all our pre-orders. Now the delivery delay penalty is 0. No more cancelled pre-orders. Let's buy the HQ add-on. There we go. No loan. No thanks. We need to get rid of this. That is a little late. Should have done it. What was it? A month earlier or 2 months earlier? Doesn't really matter that much. But there we go. Upgrade to level 2. And it did get a little cheaper. Just a few K. Well, better than nothing. And there we have the costs for just the plot. We're going to sign off the factory. And that makes it available next month when we are going to do our first facelift. Alright, now the scary bit. What is the taxman going to say? By the way, this economy sucks ass. This is really bad. Do we have any other countries being better off? Nope. Alright, now taxman. Oh, 136k. Ouch. Well, that sucks. But now time has come for something very important, and that is the facelift. Let's do it. New facelift it is for both car and engine. I'm not going to change the names here, because now it's much more consistent in the Rilma update with just having the tag for the facelift everywhere. Alright, and these scores do not currently consider our finest of reputations and company prestige. So this is going to see a little bit of a jump. Oh yes. How do we want to change this thing? This is basically going to be the change that we do to everything. Selectively, of course. But new engine facelift as well. Okay, let's do the engine first. We've just upped body quality so far. Let's have a look what we can do here. I don't think I want to go any higher on the quality for the bottom end, because that is one whole production unit, and that gives us a little bit more reliability, but negligible amounts, so they don't care. We can rev a little higher, I think. Yeah, 5.5. So let's go to 5.2 for the premium version. Here, this little upgrade doesn't cost us much. A little bit of engineering time. That's basically for free. Supercharger, that adds 40 bucks. And then basically the outsource company goes like 40 times pi. Yeah, okay, that sounds about right. We do need more quality in the fuel system, and now we have... yeah, should we up it by 2? Let's see. We have already engineered it to the point of 14.8. That's done. Now, if we up it, that's just +4. That's another +4. So, 8 months just for that? Nah, I think we are going to do stepwise. Go for +3 here. Another point in exhaust quality is warranted. And now we just do some quick retuning. And that should be all. Beautiful engine. And now we're going to update the car. How about one more point here. How much do we gain there? Those are minor amounts. The brakes could use another point in quality to get rid of all the fade. I think that's worth it. Just, it makes very little difference there, but in general, I think, like a little bit more high reliability as well. We can also lower the pad type because of that. 2 extra points in aero quality. Doesn't hurt. Gives us some more top speed and fuel efficiency. But now for the big change. I think we're going to up this one by 2 points to a +3. And of course, go for +2 here. You see how much difference that makes in engineering time. This will be the expensive part of the re-engineering. Another +1 in quality also for the steering. Yep, all good. High quality all around. +1 on the suspension. And I think we're good. All done here? Yes, let's do the others. 1 additional point for the premium versions here in tire quality. Oh yes. And here also, +1. Just going down the list, basically. It's so nice that we have these indicators here now. The convertible is also getting the +2 here. I was at 0, right? So, yeah. But now for the important bit. Convertible it is. This has already upped itself quite a bit from 23.6, I think it was, to now 24.3. And we weren't missing that much, were we? So if we upgrade this one by 2 steps, ta-da! Above 25. Moving quickly. Now we only have to do the last one, and you see this arrow button here. That is to upgrade the MK1 to the MK2 and place it in the car. So, of course we haven't designed that one yet, but that means we can design it from inside the normal car flow. Alright, this one wants a retune as well. We have some more supercharger leeway. And by just upping the cam profile slightly, from 35 to 40, we have solved the pressure issues there, because it's not pushing against the closed valves quite as much. And this one reaches, with its 1.5 liters, 90.8 horsepower. So, a little upgrade. And rightfully so, you might be asking yourself, but why are you, if there's basically no difference, look at this difference here, like if there's basically no difference, why do you even upgrade it? Why do you make a facelift? Fair point, costs a lot, but the main point is the engineering setup, the sliders in the engineering setup. They can be changed quite a lot if you don't change much about the engine. And that is going to give us even more prestige and reputation. Now I just have to update the GT car here as well. These are already very green. Over 150 kilometers an hour in top speed. Yeah. And now it's all done. That was really quick. Super easy to do. And we got all the sportiness in the world. 9.6. Wow. Of course, you can get much higher values there if you set out to do so. But GT cars are not necessarily about being super sporty. And also, sportiness is relative to what is available on the market, right? And would you look at that? How green is this? Compare that to our first original facelift. This is looking way better. And that is not just due to increased stats. It is also due to the company prestige rating being quite a lot higher now. And yeah, so no, engineering. How long? 10 months, there you go. And just increasing reliability a little bit will give us what we need. 12 months, perfect. 4 million, not that perfect, but I mean, there's little we can do about this. And most importantly, we have not added a new body to engineer, which would have ballooned these by a significant amount. And that is why we have added them to the original facelift, where they kind of meld into all the expensive engineering options you have anyway. And the same for the engine. Look how beautiful. We could even go a little higher on the fuel system if we wanted. But I'd rather increase some of the sliders here. So a little bit more reliability it is. And some tooling. Yeah. Okay. And some process. There we go. Oh, yes. Making the engine cheaper to produce, especially in outsourcing. Okay, now, here we have the factories, the current factories of the engine. We see here, this one, our outsourced factory, has the Hochstock Mark I currently being produced. There, it's tooled for this. Let's change the tooling. And we deselect the old facelift, select the new one. You could also build from the old facelift if you had engines still needed from that facelift for certain cars you're producing. That is all possible now. That's a major change in this update, of course. Let's just see the difference in... Oof. Engine got more expensive. 9.2k for this one, and here we're at 9.4k. Ouch.
It's all because the Fed is printing too much money.
My engines are not supposed to get more expensive. But now let's do the important thing. It is set up with 2 factories. We don't need to upgrade the building or repair the building, that's fine. We don't need to do any changes to our setup for automation and tooling quality. And that could just cost us 100k. Perfect. So now it says here, tooled for MK2, Sedan 5 and Sedan 4 convertible. Perfect. Now, we also need to find a good name for this one, but we are going to build a new configuration. And we're going to check out where that thing actually is. I think it can be in Greifingen. If we build a tiny 2 factory, we are doubling our production. What we have seen with the current setup is that we are selling enough to be on 1.2, 1.3 shifts constantly. So even if we do not sell anything extra, we are going to be fine at 0.5 shifts with both. However, we are selling into a wider market with these 4 trims than we were previously with our 2. Also, all the stats are higher, and our company reputation has gone up, and our awareness is continually going up, and the economy is going to improve, or so the graph says. And with all that, I think doubling production is about-ish right at this point in time. No, we're not going to produce everything. Thank you very much. Just these 2, the special needs crowd. So I'm going to aim for core shifts 1 for this one as well. That might be too much though, for just a luxury. Let's start at 0.5, and then we can always increase it. Tooling quality, yes. QA threshold, yes. Automation, maybe not so much. Wait a sec. Oh, it's maxed out there already. So let's go with 55. It's not too expensive. 2.66 million. And that is our setup. Alright, what more do we need? This is looking fantastic. The engine costs not so much. But what are you supposed to do? Yeah, you see the shifts here, underestimated, of course. Pricing needs to be set. We still have our old pricing. Let's try to get a foothold in the Farinian market by selling this one a little cheaper. And what a beautiful setup this is. Now, I think we're all the... Oh, wait a sec. Wait a sec. We need to make sure that the engine is actually being produced properly. Yes, premium and sport. Otherwise it would have warned us as well. I just wanted to make doubly sure. This is looking good. Good setup. We still have enough production capacity here for the engine production. And all lining up for 1949. The next facelift would thus be in 1950. And there you go. So good. 9.7 million combined costs. But we do have a maximum loan coverage of over 200%. So this is running at below 5% with a credit score of B. Very nice. This looks like something I'm going to sign off in the next episode. But before then, I would like to ask you, if you have made it this far, definitely, please smash the like, because that kind of sends out recommendations of the video to 10 more people. And yeah, I think that's all I require of you today. I hope you enjoyed. that is another requirement. And I shall see you guys next time. Second requirement. All right.